Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss out on valuable coin tips and stories. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of ultra-rare Lincoln pennies, some of which are worth millions. That's right, these small 1-cent coins could bring you some of the biggest returns in numismatics. We've compiled a list of the top 20 most valuable Lincoln pennies that have stunned collectors and investors alike. Let's get into it. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1959 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but it has a fascinating history, some intriguing variations, and believe it or not, it's worth a lot of money. So, make sure to stick around as we explore its value, history, and why collectors are paying big bucks for this small cent. Let's get started. The Lincoln cent has been a part of American currency since 1909, but the 1959 penny marks an important milestone in the coin's history. In 1959, the U.S. Mint celebrated the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, which led to a major change in the design of the penny. That year, the reverse of the Lincoln cent was updated to feature the famous Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, replacing the previous wheat stalks design. Now, this wasn't just a simple redesign, it marked the end of the wheat cent era and ushered in the memorial reverse. However, the 1959 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and that mint mark is key to its current value, so keep that in mind as we move forward. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. On the obverse, we see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been featured on the penny since its inception. This coin features the famous inscription "In God We Trust" above Lincoln's head, and the year 1959 along with the mint mark D on the right side. On the reverse, the coin features the new Lincoln Memorial design, which showcases the U.S. Capitol building at the center with a simple inscription E pluribus unum above, and 1 cent below. It's a truly iconic design, and it's a piece of history that continues to be treasured by collectors. So, why is this coin worth so much? Well, like many valuable coins, its worth depends on a few key factors: rarity, demand, and condition. The 1959 penny is a popular coin among collectors, and while it's not incredibly rare, there are certain factors that contribute to its value. First, let's talk about the mintage. In 1959, the Denver Mint produced over 1 billion 1959 pennies, a relatively high number. But even with a large mintage, certain variations of this coin, especially those in higher grades, can command impressive prices. One of the biggest factors in determining the coin's worth is its condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. If you have a 1959 penny in mint condition, it could be worth far more than just face value. And speaking of mint condition, coins that were never circulated or have very few imperfections are highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's get into the numbers. How much is the 1959 Lincoln cent really worth today? The value of the 1959 penny can vary significantly depending on its condition and specific characteristics. In average circulated condition, you might find a 1959 penny worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. But if it's in uncommon circulated condition, where it's well preserved and not too worn, it could fetch $5 to $10. In higher grades like MS 65, Mint State 65, where the coin is nearly perfect with sharp details and minimal wear, the price could rise to $50 or more. But here's where it gets interesting. Higher grade specimens that have been professionally graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC, especially coins with a flawless strike or other special characteristics, can command several $100. A gem-quality 1959 penny in MS 67 could be worth as much as $1,000 or even more. So, if you have a 1959 penny in excellent shape, it could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Now, let's talk about some rare varieties and eras that can really drive up the value of the 1959 penny. While most of these pennies are fairly standard, a few exceptions stand out, particularly when it comes to minting errors. Some examples include repunched mint marks, RPMs. These occur when the mint mark is stamped multiple times, leading to a blurry or double D mint mark. If you can find a 1959D penny with an RPM, it could be worth a lot more than a regular 1959D. Double dies. These are coins that were stamped twice during the minting process, causing the details to be doubled. If you find a 1959D penny with a doubled die, especially on the obverse, it could be a highly valuable error coin. Off-center strikes. Another valuable error is when the coin wasn't centered properly during minting, leading to a distorted image. These coins are rarer, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. While these errors are relatively rare, they can significantly boost the value of your 1959D penny if you happen to have one in your collection. Now, how do you know if your 1959D penny is worth a lot of money? The first thing you'll want to do is check its condition. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition with sharp, crisp details will be the most valuable. To do this, hold your coin under a good light and inspect the details. Look for wear on the high points of the coin, like Lincoln's head or the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, as wear here can significantly decrease its value. You'll also want to check the mint mark for any errors, like a repunched mint mark or double die. If you find an error, it's a good idea to get your coin professionally graded and certified, which can dramatically increase its value on the market. Lastly, if your 1959D penny has a really high grade, consider getting it graded by professional coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin can sell for much higher prices than an uncertified one. So there you have it. The 1959D Lincoln penny is far more than just a historical piece of currency. From its role in transitioning to the Lincoln Memorial design, to its value on today's market, this penny is truly a collector's treasure. If you happen to find one in your pocket change, take a moment to inspect it. You might just be holding onto a coin worth far more than you expected. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and leave a comment below with any questions or thoughts you have about the 1959D penny. Happy hunting, and I'll see you next time with more valuable coins. Until next time, keep on collecting. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves finding hidden treasures in your pocket change, then you're in for a treat today. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1977 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's more than just a piece of history, it's a potential goldmine. So, make sure to stay tuned to find out how much this penny could be worth in today's market. Let's start with a quick history lesson. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been in circulation since 1909, and it's one of the most iconic and recognizable coins in American currency. The coin was designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was used from 1959 to 2008. But what makes the 1977 penny stand out, and why does it have such value today? Here's where it gets interesting. Most 1977 pennies are easy to find and aren't worth much beyond their face value of 1 cent. However, what sets some of them apart is the absence of a mint mark. You might already know that U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced, either D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, or S for San Francisco. But in 1977, some pennies were released without any mint mark at all. This rare mistake is a key factor in its value today. Now you may be wondering, why is this so rare? Well, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, which produced pennies in 1977, typically stamps the mint mark on the coin. However, for a short period in that year, some of the pennies slipped through the production process without this crucial mark. These no mint mark pennies were considered a mistake and weren't intentionally released, making them much rarer than their marked counterparts. So, how much is a 1977 no mint mark penny worth? If you're lucky enough to find one in your change, you could be holding on to a pretty valuable coin. On average, these pennies can sell for anywhere between $5 to $20, depending on their condition. However, the value can go much higher for coins that are in excellent or uncirculated condition. We're talking about anywhere from $100 to $200 or more for a pristine example. Some rare auction sales have seen these coins fetch over $500 for those in top-tier condition. But why is this the case? The current market value for a 1977 no-mint mark penny largely depends on two factors: condition and rarity. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins in MS65 or higher condition, which means they have minimal wear and no noticeable marks, can command prices around $150 to $200. Coins that grade even higher, such as MS67, could sell for more than $500. It's important to note that the market for these coins fluctuates, so it's a good idea to check auction sites like eBay or visit local coin dealers to get the most up-to-date pricing. Before you go through your change jar, let me give you a quick guide on how to identify the 1977 no-mint mark penny. First, you'll want to check the obverse, the side with Abraham Lincoln. Look closely beneath Lincoln's shoulder. There should be a mint mark in the usual spot. If it's missing, you've found a no-mint mark penny. But remember, just because the coin doesn't have a mint mark doesn't automatically make it valuable. It also needs to be in decent condition. So, you've found a 1977 no-mint mark penny. What's next? Well, if you think it's valuable, the first step is to examine the condition closely. If it's still shiny and free from damage, you might want to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A grade can significantly impact its value. Once graded, you can either sell it through online auction sites like eBay, or take it to a trusted coin dealer to get the best price possible. While the 1977 no-mint mark penny is certainly special, it's not the only valuable penny you should be on the lookout for. Other coins, like the 1955 double-die penny or the 1943 steel penny, are worth a lot of money as well. Keep an eye out for these rare finds. They could turn your collection into a treasure trove. So there you have it, folks. The 1977 no-mint mark penny is a rare find, and depending on its condition, it could be worth a lot of money. It's a great coin to add to your collection, and if you're lucky enough to find one, make sure to check its condition carefully. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coin tips, tricks, and hidden treasures. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep those pennies coming. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector, history buff, or just someone curious about rare coins, today's video is going to be a real treat. We're diving deep into a specific penny that's been gaining attention for its surprising value, the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, this isn't just your ordinary penny you'll find in your pocket change. In fact, some of these coins can be worth a lot of money. So let's explore its history, why it's so valuable, and what kind of prices you might get for one in today's market. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Let's start by setting the stage. What makes the 1970 Lincoln penny different from the billions of pennies struck every year? First, let's talk about the history of this coin. The 1970 Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. It's part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Over the years, Lincoln pennies have gone through various design changes, but the one thing they've always had in common is their enduring popularity. The 1970 penny, however, stands out due to some unique features and historical context. In 1970, the United States was in the midst of significant changes. The country was going through a period of economic turbulence, and coinage production was no exception. In fact, the 1970s were marked by rising inflation and the changing value of currency, which set the stage for some interesting minting anomalies. While the 1970 penny wasn't initially expected to be a rare coin, over the years, certain varieties of this coin have been discovered that make it worth a lot more than its face value. The most important thing to note about the 1970 penny is the existence of certain minting errors that have driven up its value. One of the most notable varieties is the 1970 double-die obverse. This error occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times, resulting in visible doubling on the date and other areas of the coin. On the 1970 double-die penny, you'll notice the date 1970 appears to have extra outlines, almost like a shadow, giving the coin a distinct, doubled look. This error is a big deal for collectors, because the more prominent the doubling, the higher the value of the coin. So, how rare is this error, and why does it matter? The 1970D doubled die is relatively rare, though not impossible to find. These coins are highly sought after by numismatists and collectors due to their rarity and distinctive appearance. If you find one in your collection, or even in pocket change, it could be worth significantly more than a standard penny. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. The 1970D Lincoln penny's worth can vary quite a bit depending on its condition and whether or not it has any of these rare minting errors. A standard 1970D penny in circulated condition is worth only its face value, around 1 cent. But if you have a 1970D penny that's in mint condition or has the doubled die obverse error, it can fetch a much higher price. In fact, a 1970D penny in good condition with the double die error can be worth anywhere from $300 to over $1,000, depending on the severity of the doubling and its overall condition. If the coin is in mint state, meaning it looks nearly perfect, without much wear, its value can rise even higher. Coins in mint state can sell for up to $2,500 or more at auction, depending on the demand at the time. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1970D Lincoln penny with the double die error, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Wondering how to spot the error? Here are a few tips. First, check the date. Look carefully at the 1970. If the numbers appear to have a second, slightly offset outline, you likely have a double die coin. You might also notice doubling on other parts of the obverse, like the letters in Liberty, or the word In God We Trust. Make sure to check for any other signs of wear, and if the coin looks like it's in good condition, you might want to get it appraised. There are professional grading services that can evaluate the condition and certify it, which can significantly increase its value. So, there you have it. The 1970D Lincoln penny may seem like just another coin at first glance, but its unique features and historical context have turned it into a rare and valuable find. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for this coin. It could be worth much more than you ever imagined. If you've got a 1970D penny in your collection, or even if you find one in your pocket change, be sure to check it carefully. You could be holding a coin worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell so you won't miss out on more awesome coin videos. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or coin. I'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey, coin collectors! Welcome back to our channel. If you're into rare coins, today's episode is going to blow your mind. We're talking about a coin that's over 50 years old, yet still holds a value far beyond what you'd expect. If you have a 1973 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, you might just be holding a small fortune in your hands. The 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those coins that's often overlooked by casual collectors, but for those in the know, it's a gem. This coin is a part of the Lincoln cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. While most people are familiar with the standard Lincoln pennies, certain years, like 1973, have a unique history and value that set them apart. So, why does the 1973 no mint mark penny stand out, and what makes it so valuable? Let's dive into its history and explore why this coin is worth far more than face value. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny, as we mentioned, has been in circulation since 1909, with President Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse. The reverse has gone through several designs over the years, but in 1973, it was still the classic wheat ear reverse, which had been in use from 1909 to 1958. After that, the design switched to the memorial reverse, which was used until 2008. Now, the 1973 penny is interesting because it's the first year the memorial reverse was used for the Lincoln cent series. But here's where things get even more interesting. Most of us know that U.S. coins are often stamped with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced: D for Denver, P for Philadelphia, S for San Francisco. But in 1973, something unusual happened. Many pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark at all. This lack of a mint mark wasn't a design choice, it was simply an oversight or a unique production quirk. And because of this, some of these pennies, particularly those without the mint mark, are rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1973 no mint mark penny. If you're lucky enough to have one of these, you could be holding on to something worth a lot of money. At first glance, the 1973 no mint mark penny may not look like much. After all, it's just a 1-cent coin. However, these coins, in certain conditions, can be worth significantly more than their face value. In fact, a 1973 no mint mark penny in uncirculated condition or with a high grade can fetch prices of up to $10,000 or more at auction. So what makes the value of this coin so high? Well, the value of a coin is determined by several factors: rarity, condition, and demand. The rarity of the 1973 no mint mark penny is a big factor. Since the mint mark was accidentally omitted on some of the coins, there are fewer of these pennies in circulation, making them rarer and more valuable. Then there's the condition. Coins that are well preserved and have little wear are worth more. Coins graded in MS65 or higher, which means they're in uncirculated condition and have minimal signs of wear, can be worth significantly more than a circulated coin. If you find one in pristine, gem-like condition, you're looking at the potential for a massive payout. Okay, so what's the current market value of a 1973 no mint mark penny? Well, the value has fluctuated over time, but it's remained consistently high for certain high-grade specimens. As of now, a 1973 no mint mark penny in MS63 can be worth around $250 to $350, while a coin graded at MS65 or higher can easily sell for $1,000 or more. And for those truly rare, pristine examples, like those graded in MS67 or even MS68, the value can reach well over $10,000, depending on market conditions and collector demand. So how can you tell if your 1973 penny is valuable? First, check for the absence of a mint mark. Look closely at the obverse side, near Lincoln's shoulder. If there's no D or P, it's a no mint mark penny. Then, grade your coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. You can either do this yourself with a magnifying glass and a good reference guide or send your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once you've confirmed you have a valuable coin, it's time to consider selling. You can auction it online, bring it to a coin dealer, or sell it through a specialized coin auction house. Just be sure to research current market values before selling to ensure you get the best price. So, to recap, if you have a 1973 no mint mark Lincoln penny, check it carefully. In pristine condition, it could be worth thousands of dollars. And as always, make sure to take good care of your coins and have them properly graded before you consider selling them. Thanks for tuning in, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with your fellow coin collectors. Until next time, happy hunting and happy collecting! Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible value. If you love history, treasure hunting, or simply the idea of finding unexpected riches in your pocket change, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're diving deep into the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might have one of these coins sitting in your collection right now, and if so, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Stick around as we explore its history, significance, and why it's worth so much today. Here it is, the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny. A seemingly ordinary coin, but it carries with it a rich history, a story of rarity, and an incredible market value that could surprise many collectors and enthusiasts alike. But what makes this penny so special? Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909. It was introduced to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, the penny has undergone many design changes, but one thing remained constant: the presence of the mint mark. The mint mark, a small letter on the coin, tells you where it was produced. The Philadelphia Mint, for example, is where many coins are struck, but most of them feature a PD or S to identify their origin. However, in 1974, something unusual happened. The mint mark on the Lincoln penny was missing on a large number of coins. It wasn't an error per se, but rather a result of a temporary decision at the U.S. Mint. This year, the Philadelphia Mint decided to produce some coins without mint marks, which led to a fascinating phenomenon. The lack of a mint mark, particularly on a widely circulated coin like the penny, created a rare instance of scarcity. You might be wondering, why is the absence of a mint mark so important? Well, for collectors, it signals rarity. Most coins from the 1970s have mint marks, usually D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But a penny without any mint mark, especially one from 1974, is not only rare but historically significant. That absence creates a higher demand in the coin collecting world. It's important to understand that the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny wasn't a mistake or an accidental misprint. It was actually part of a planned, albeit temporary, change. The Philadelphia Mint wanted to produce the pennies more efficiently during that time, and the decision was made to leave off the mint mark entirely. This unique decision only added to the coin's rarity, and as collectors started realizing how special this coin was, its value began to rise. Over the years, the value of the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny has steadily increased. What was once a humble coin worth just 1 cent in circulation has now become a sought-after piece of history. Today, this coin can fetch quite a significant price, especially if it's in pristine condition. So, just how much is a 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth today? Well, the current market value of this rare penny depends on its condition. For a penny that's in circulated condition, you might see it valued around $10 to $20. But if you're lucky enough to find one in near mint or mint condition, the value jumps significantly. Some high-quality examples have been known to sell for as much as $500 to $1,000 at auction. And if you have one that's been professionally graded, you could see prices going even higher depending on demand. The 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny has become a favorite at coin auctions, often drawing attention from serious collectors and investors. The rarity of the coin, combined with its historical significance, makes it a prime candidate for long-term investment. And if you're lucky enough to find one in your pocket change, it could be worth a lot more than you ever imagine. But how do you identify a 1974 no mint mark penny? It's actually quite easy once you know what to look for. First, you'll need to check the reverse side of the penny. There should be no mint mark, which, as we said before, is typically located below the date on most other pennies. If there's no D or S, you have yourself a 1974 no mint mark penny. For comparison, here's a look at some common pennies from 1974 with mint marks. Notice the D mint mark on the Denver coins and the S on those struck in San Francisco. But when you find one without any mint mark, you've uncovered a rare treasure. Now, the question is, where can you find one of these rare pennies? Well, they could be hiding in your collection or even in circulation. If you're out hunting for rare coins, you'll want to check your change or start searching through rolls of pennies from 1974. Be sure to look closely at each one, and remember, condition is key. The better the quality of the coin, the higher its potential value. For those of you who want to find or sell these rare pennies, coin shows are a great place to meet other collectors and see what coins are fetching the highest prices. You might even find a professional appraiser who can help you determine the exact value of your 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny. If you happen to have a 1974 penny with no mint mark, congratulations, you might be holding on to a valuable piece of American history. As we've learned, this rare coin could be worth much more than its face value, depending on its condition and demand. Whether you're a casual collector or a seasoned numismatist, this coin is a must-have in your collection. So, the next time you come across a 1974 Lincoln penny, be sure to check it for that missing mint mark. Who knows? You might just be sitting on a valuable treasure that could bring you a tidy profit. Thanks for joining us today as we uncovered the history and value of the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more exciting content about rare coins and treasures. And as always, if you have any rare coins you'd like us to feature or questions about your own collection, drop them in the comments below. Until next time, happy coin hunting! Hey coin collectors and enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel. If you're into valuable coins, then you're in for a treat today. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating world of the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's caught the attention of collectors due to its rarity, historical significance, and surprising value. So, let's dive in. First, let's take a quick look at the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny itself. As you probably know, the Lincoln cent, which has been in circulation since 1909, features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. What makes the 1980 penny unique is that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. Now, this wasn't too unusual in the past, as Philadelphia often didn't place mint marks on its coins, a practice that continued until the mid-1980s. However, the rarity of this coin comes from the fact that it's an example of how minor minting errors and variations can lead to a coin's major value spike. Now, let's talk about why the 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is such a valuable coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but the key here is understanding the role mint marks play in the production process. Mint marks, as you know, help identify which U.S. mint produced a particular coin. While the Denver Mint uses the D mint mark and the San Francisco Mint uses S, Philadelphia traditionally didn't use one, especially before the mid-1980s. What makes the 1980 no-mint mark penny stand out is its rarity in the context of its time. Most pennies produced in 1980, and in years around it, came with a mint mark, either D or nothing at all for those produced in Philadelphia. But over time, collectors have started noticing how difficult it can be to find an unmarked 1980 penny in circulation. This scarcity creates demand. But, as with all coins, condition matters a lot. The 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny's value depends heavily on its grade. You might be wondering, what exactly does coin grade mean? Well, the grade refers to the physical condition of the coin, and it ranges from poor all the way to mint state or proof if it's in perfect or near perfect condition. A penny in uncirculated or mint state condition is going to fetch a lot more than one that has been heavily worn. For instance, a coin that still retains sharp, clear details, original luster, and no significant wear will be much more valuable than one that has scratches, discoloration, or signs of corrosion. It's all about the preservation of those details. If your 1980 no-mint mark penny is in good or fine condition, it might only be worth around 10 to 20 cents. But if you have one in uncirculated or higher grades, that's when things get interesting. Now let's talk numbers. If you've got a 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you might be able to sell it for anywhere between $50 to $100, or even more, depending on its specific grade and demand in the market. But don't get too excited just yet. The market for these pennies fluctuates over time, and prices can vary based on factors like rarity, coin auctions, and even collector interest. In some cases, highly graded examples of this coin have sold for a little over $150 in specialized auctions, especially when multiple collectors are competing for it. But even if you find a 1980 no-mint mark penny in lower grades, it can still hold some modest value, especially if it is part of a larger collection of rare coins. So, how do you identify a 1980 no-mint mark penny? It's easy. First, check the date on the obverse side of the coin. If it says 1980 and has no mint mark to the right of Lincoln's shoulder, then you've got a potential find. Compare it to other pennies from that year to make sure there's no mint mark. Don't forget to inspect the overall condition. If your coin looks well preserved, shiny, and the details are crisp, then it's worth getting a professional grading. You can get it graded by services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, which could help determine its precise value. The rarity of the 1980 no-mint mark penny also contributes to its growing interest. Over the years, many collectors have sought out examples from Philadelphia without mint marks, as these coins are often harder to find than those produced at the Denver Mint, especially in mint condition. The combination of scarcity and the fact that it's from a significant time in U.S. history only adds to its allure. In 1980, the U.S. Mint was ramping up production to meet the increasing demand for coins, but many of these coins were just mass-produced and eventually circulated heavily, making them harder to track down in good condition today. So, there you have it, folks. The 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare find that holds quite a bit of value in the right condition. Whether you've already got one in your collection or you're on the hunt for one, remember that its worth depends on factors like its grade, condition, and the current market demand. If you happen to find a nice, shiny 1980 penny with no mint mark in your pocket change, you could be holding on to something that's worth more than just a penny. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more coin-related content, and leave a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny in your change. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest videos about valuable coins that could be hiding in your change jar. Now, today we have a special one for you. A rare coin from 1983 that could be worth a lot of money. We're talking about the 1983 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. It's not just your ordinary penny, folks. This one has a unique history and might be worth thousands of dollars. Let's dive in and explore everything you need to know about the 1983 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, its value, and why collectors are so eager to get their hands on one of these. Ready? Let's go! First, let's talk about what makes the 1983 no-mint Mark penny so unique. To start, most pennies minted in 1983 feature a P-mint mark, indicating that they were produced at the Philadelphia Mint. However, the 1983 no-mint Mark penny is very rare, and this coin, which was struck at the Philadelphia Mint but doesn't have a mint mark, is what collectors refer to as a no-mint mark variety. Why is this so important? The U.S. Mint stopped placing mint marks on coins made in Philadelphia starting in 1965, and it wasn't until 1980 that they started placing mint marks on pennies again. But for some reason, in 1983, a small number of pennies were minted without the usual P-mint mark, and this anomaly has sparked the interest of coin enthusiasts. So, how did these unmarked pennies come into existence? Well, the mystery behind the 1983 no-mint Mark penny is largely based on error and circumstance. In 1983, there was a coin shortage due to increased demand for 1-cent coins. The U.S. Mint had a busy year, trying to keep up with the demand, and this led to some coins being struck without a mint mark, potentially by accident. It's unclear exactly how many of these pennies were produced, but estimates suggest it could be fewer than 10,000 coins that were released into circulation. Now, most of these pennies have long since been pulled from circulation, but some of them still show up in change jars and coin rolls, waiting to be discovered by eagle-eyed collectors. So, just how valuable is this rare 1983 penny? Well, the market value has fluctuated over time, but right now, the 1983 no-mint Mark penny is worth a lot more than its face value of just 1 cent. If you have a 1983 penny without a mint mark in good condition, it could be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000, depending on its grade and condition. Coins that are graded higher, with fewer scratches and wear marks, can fetch significantly more. The condition of the coin is critical. A penny with sharp, clear details, a bright copper shine, and minimal wear will be worth much more than one that's been heavily circulated and worn down. You'll want to make sure that your coin has been properly graded and authenticated to achieve its true value. Now, let's talk about the current market for the 1983 no-mint Mark penny. The coin market has been on the rise, and this specific penny has seen a steady increase in value. As of today, some high-grade examples have been selling for over $10,000 at auction. Rare coin dealers and auction houses have been noticing more interest in these rare pennies, and prices continue to climb as more collectors discover their hidden value. Just recently, One such coin fetched an impressive $9,500 at an auction. But keep in mind, not all 1983 no-mint mark pennies will sell for such high prices. Factors like the condition, the coin's provenance, and the demand from collectors play a huge role in its value. So, how can you spot a 1983 no-mint mark penny? It's actually pretty simple. Just check for the absence of the mint mark. The mint mark on most U.S. coins is located just below the date, to the right of Abraham Lincoln's portrait. In the case of the 1983 no-mint mark penny, it's completely missing. Now, keep in mind, there's also a chance that a penny from 1983 could be a regular issue with the mint mark, and you won't find anything special about it. But that's why it's important to carefully inspect the coin for that missing mint mark to know whether or not you've stumbled upon something valuable. If you think you have a 1983 no-mint mark penny that's worth something, you might be wondering how to sell it. The best way is to have the coin professionally graded by a service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. This will ensure that potential buyers know the exact grade and value of the coin, making it easier to sell at the highest price possible. You can also sell it through auction houses, online marketplaces like eBay, or to a trusted coin dealer. But always make sure to get your coin appraised first so you don't sell it for less than it's worth. So, there you have it, a quick rundown on the rare and valuable 1983 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. If you come across one of these in your change, you might want to take a closer look. With values reaching up to $10,000, it could turn out to be a hidden gem. Remember, the condition, rarity, and market demand will determine its worth, so don't forget to get your coins graded if you think you have a winner. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got more videos on rare and valuable coins coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting for those treasure coins. Subscribe for more coin tips, with links to other videos on valuable coins.